Today I'm going to be opening up my entire Star Wars Hot Wheels collection. Let's jump right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher, and today I'm going to be opening up my entire Star Wars Hot Wheels character car collection, or at least the ones that have been sitting in my closet for, I don't know, quite a few years now. I've collected a bunch over the years and just kind of had them in boxes and stuff packed away. And after going through some of my stuff, I found these, and I don't know, time to open them up because I got a great way to display them, and I've been displaying a lot of my newer ones that I've reviewed on the channel here. But instead of doing individual reviews for all of these, I figured I'd just open them all up because I got a bunch of them. So like I said, I got a bunch of Hot Wheel character cars here. I got close to 20 of them to go through. So let's jump into the first set. So the first few that I'm going to open up are part of the, they're not character cars, they're car ships. And I have one from this kind of wave of Star Wars Hot Wheels cars. I have the TIE Fighter. So this is the back of the package. So it does show the TIE Fighter. It shows the Millennium Falcon and Slave One. So I do have the TIE Fighter. So here I have the X-Wing here. So we'll open that up right now. As you can see, the packaging, this is kind of like the Rogue One packaging with the kind of gray-blue color and the black stars there on the card, and then the image of the car there. On some of the other cards, you'll see it has a character on the same card backs. It's just because this was released around when Rogue One came out. So this is the first one, so let's open up the X-Wing right there. And very similar to the character cars, these car ships, Star Wars car ships, are stylized to look like the spaceships are modeled after. So you can see this one does look like the X-Wing. You got the cockpit right there. You got the two side burners, and then the blasters, the cannons or whatever on the top there. But it's modeled like a race car, so it's very cool. So that's the X-Wing there. Next up, we have the Millennium Falcon, again on that same Rogue One style card back there. So you can see the car ship, the image of the car ship on the card, and then the back again. You got the other three remaining from the set. So the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, which the TIE Fighter I already have, and the Slave One. So let's open up this guy and take a quick look at that. Alright, so there is the Millennium Falcon car ships. I keep wanting to say character car, but it's a car ship. So it is stylized after the Millennium Falcon. You got the cockpit on the left side of the vehicle there, just like you do with the actual Millennium Falcon. You got the style of the back of the ship there. You got the thrusters at the back there, and then it kind of just turns into this sleek looking race car there, dragster car, I guess. So that's going to look cool with the rest of these ones from this set, but let's open up the last one out of this set. Next we have what might be my favorite one, is the Slave One, just because it is Boba Fett's ship here, so Boba Fett Slave One. Again, that same kind of Rogue One style card back with the car ship on the front there, and as well with the spaceship, the actual starship that it's modeled after in the top corner there, which I didn't mention on the other two card backs, but they were there as well. And then again on the back, you got the rest of the ones in the wave there and a little write-up. So if you want to read that, you can pause that and read that as well. But let's get this one opened up and we'll take a quick look at it. And there is the Slave One car ship there, and as I mentioned, I think this one might be my favorite one just because it's modeled after Boba Fett's starship. Boba Fett being one of my favorite characters, not my favorite one, but probably my second favorite character now. But that's modeled after Slave One. You can see some of the inspirations for it in the two blasters at the side there, the cockpit there, of course. But yeah, it's made to look like a sports car, a race car. So next we're digging into the majority of my Star Wars Hot Wheels character cars that were still on the card backs, and the majority of them are character cars. Like you saw, we had the first three that were car ships, but the rest are all character cars. But I'll start with the ones that are on the Rogue One card backs. So the first one we have is the First Order Flame Trooper there. So again, Rogue One card back just because it's got that kind of light blue and the stars in the background there. So there's the front of the packaging. You got the character in the corner there. You got the branding as well. On the back, there's a little write-up. You can pause that and read that if you'd like, but it shows some other ones in this wave here. So you have the Darth Vader, the BB-8, the R2-D2, the Jawa, and the Chewbacca. So let's open this one and take a quick look at that. So there's the First Order Flame Trooper as a car, and if you've seen some of my other reviews of some of the other troopers I've done, you'll notice a lot of these stormtroopers are made to look like high-end sports cars, similar to this one. So in the same kind of sleek design, a lot of curves on it. Whereas like some other characters, like the bigger, burlier characters like Chewbacca and Zeb, they're made to look like bigger trucks and stuff like that, off-road vehicles. But I do like how they added the flames at the back, so you know this one is a First Order Flame Trooper. But basically, it's just white. You got the two pieces off the helmet, the two round pieces off either side of the helmet. At the front there, like I said, the blasters are at the back, making those exhausts. So that's very cool. The next one is just your regular Stormtrooper from A New Hope, or from the original trilogy. Again, in the style of a sportier car, like a race car, whatever. It's got the fin at the back, but again, on the Rogue One card back with the character image at the front, there is a write-up at the back as well there, so you can pause that and read that if you'd like. And then this one has the Jawa, BB-8, R2-D2, Chewbacca, and C-3PO character cards on the back. But let's get this one opened up and we'll take a look. So there is the Stormtrooper character car, looking very cool. Again, like I said, sleek design for these Stormtroopers, these troopers. All in a very similar design, as you'll see when I go through my entire collection here in a moment. But I like it does have the mouth piece on the hood of the car. You got the blue vents on either side on the rear fender there. And again, the visor is just a windshield. But it looks sleek. I like the look of this one. Next up, we got BB-8, and again, on the same Rogue One style card back there, you got the character at the front there. Another write-up at the back, so feel free to pause and read any of these write-ups there. And then more characters, so it looks like you have Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Jawa, and Chewbacca. But let's get this one opened up here. So there is the BB-8 character car, and as you'll notice with some of the other droids in my collection, so I have Dio, I do have an R2-D2 that I have yet to open, but they're all kind of this smaller, sillier looking car, like cars that don't really make sense because they add in stuff like the dome on this one here. But it does resemble BB-8 because he's a smaller character, he's a droid. Like I said, they use the dome for his seating area there. And you can see a single seat in there. If you look closely, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but you do have the same color scheme, the orange and the white there. So it does look very cool. But again, you'll see when I go through my entire collection how some similar characters look very similar as cars. Next, we have some character cars on what I call the second variant of the card back. It's not the original blue card back, which I do have some. This was like the second one, and I think there's quite a few that are on this card back. So the first one, we have the Han Solo from The Force Awakens. So I do have another Han Solo car, and this is very similar to it. I have the Han Solo with the Jabba the Hutt, so he's frozen in carbonite. So I like that they took the same style and just did a different treatment to it for all these Han Solo cars. But yeah, this is based off of the one from Force Awakens there. So again, not quite the old blue style card back. They do have the blue light behind each character. So this was like the second version of the card back for these Hot Wheel character cars. You got the character image on the front. Of course, your branding everywhere. On the back, you do have another write-up, so feel free to pause and read any of these. And then you got some other cars in the wave that were released on this card back. So you got Kylo Ren, you got Obi-Wan Kenobi, BB-8, First Order Stormtrooper, and Darth Vader. So I don't think I have the Obi-Wan Kenobi. That one seems like an interesting one there. I might have to pick that one up. But let's get Han Solo opened up and we'll take a quick look. So there's the Han Solo character card based off of his appearance in The Force Awakens. So he's got, you know, the white from his shirt, you got the brown from his jacket. The engine, the scoop for the engine is modeled after his blaster, which is very, very cool. And then, of course, the window for the cockpit, or for the seating area, is modeled after the cockpit of the Falcon. And you'll see when I compare this one to the one that's in carbonite, it's the same kind of style car, just different application, different sculpting to make it look like it's in carbonite rather than in his classic outfit and stuff. So that's a Han Solo one. Next up, we have the Kylo Ren character car, and this is on the same color, kind of card back. Not quite the full blue card back. It's set, like I said, the second card back, I believe, second variant of card back. You got the blue kind of lightsaber glow behind, and then you got the black here. You got the character on the front, Kylo Ren, and again another write up, and then the rest of the cars that were some more cars that were on this card back. So Zeb, you got Darth Vader, Luke, Chewbacca, and Yoda. But let's get Kylo Ren out and take a quick look. Alright, so I really do like the style of this one here. So you can see some really nice texturing on the top, made to look like his cloak and stuff. The textures on his cloak. You got the red windshield, almost looking like his visor on his helmet. You got a red lightsaber on either side of the car, which if you light it up, if you have the light under it, I don't know if it does it here, but there's a red light there. I think you should be able to shine a light at it and get some glare, but it's not really working here. It probably doesn't show up too well on camera, but basically those lightsabers should light up a little bit if you get some light in that one spot there. But I really do like the style of it. It's sporty. Like I said, a lot of similar characters have a similar style, so this one is very similar to some of the Stormtroopers because he is a helmeted character. And you'll see that with some of the other character cards as well, the similar style. But that's a Kylo Ren one. I do like this one a lot. The next one is Rey from The Force Awakens. And again, same card back, not quite that old blue card back, which we'll see in a little bit here. But that's a Rey one. I like the style of this one as well. That's the front of the card. There's the back of the card with the write-up and some more cars in the wave. So you got Kylo Ren there. First Order Stormtrooper, BB-8, Jabba the Hutt, and Admiral Akbar. So I do have the majority of these now opened up. I don't have that First Order Stormtrooper one opened up yet, but I think I do have it somewhere. So that one should be the next one to open up. But let's open up Rey and take a closer look at it. So there's a Rey character car, and I really love the style of this one because you got the parts of her robe that kind of overlap over the top part of her torso there. You got the goggles for the windshield at the front. You got some of her miscellaneous parts she's pulled from different Star Destroyers at the back there. And then I like the little vanity plate at the back that says Rey. So that's very cool. That's a nice little touch there. But overall, nice character card. Really do like that's one. It could be one of my new favorite ones that I have. And next up we have the First Order Stormtrooper. So again, same card back. Not quite that old blue card back. This is, again, like the second variant of card back for these Hot Wheels character cars, I believe. But this is the First Order Stormtrooper character in the front, right up at the back with the rest of with some other cars in the wave. So you got Kylo Ren, Obi-Wan Kenobi, BB-8, Han Solo, and Darth Vader. So very cool looking cars there. But let's get the Stormtrooper out of the package. So there is the First Order Stormtrooper character car. Again, you'll notice it's stylized after a sports car for a lot of these troopers. And to compare it to the original Stormtrooper, original trilogy Stormtrooper, they look very similar. but you can see the differences. So the First Order one has a longer black bit at the side of the car, and the smaller wing at the back. But other than that, like the differences are subtle, but they are different. So I do like that these characters are the similar characters are similar car design as well, which is nice. So the next set of Hot Wheels character cars, they're all on the original blue card back. So the first one I have is R2-D2. So as you can see, it's the card back's pretty much all blue. So that's why this one's like the original blue card back. And then you got the character at the front, of course, and then the branding all over, different style branding, that kind of retro looking orange Star Wars logo there. And then on the back, no write-up for the character this time, but you do have some other character cars. So you got Luke, Darth Vader, Yoda, and Chewbacca there. But let's get R2-D2 out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look at him. So there's the R2-D2 character car out of the packaging. And again, as I mentioned, similar characters look very similar as cars. So R2-D2 has the dome for the seating area of the vehicle. It's a smaller, kind of sillier looking vehicle, very much like the BB-8 character car, very similar in style. So I like how they do that with these cars that are the characters that are very similar. They make them a very similar style of car, but that's the R2-D2 one. Next we have the Yoda character car. Again, kind of a sillier looking car because of the size of the character, but a little bit different because he's not a droid. But that's again, all these, this one and the ones going forward are all this classic blue card there with the character on the front, the retro kind of style logo there. So that's the front of the card. There's the back with some more characters. So you got Luke, Vader, R2, Chewbacca. But let's open Yoda up. So there's the Yoda character car there. As I mentioned, a little bit sillier, smaller looking car because of the character that he is. You got the ears sticking out at the back, but it almost looks like a little like Fiat on steroids, or like a smart car on steroids. You got the little seating area that only seats two two people in the character car. But as I mentioned, a sillier looking car because of the small character and how silly he looks as a character as well. But it is well represented as a character car. They do a great job translating these characters into these little vehicles, these little Hot Wheels. So well done, Hot Wheels. Next up, we have the Tuscan Raider, again on that same blue card back there. There's the front of the card. There's the back, and you have some other character cards. You got R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Yoda, and the 501st Clone Trooper, which is pretty much exactly the same as the Captain Rex, which you'll see when I go through my entire collection. But let's get the Tuscan Raider out of the packaging. So there's the Tuscan Raider out of the packaging, and as I mentioned, certain characters they do different styles with. So a lot of these characters that are either bigger in stature, they'll be bigger, heavier vehicles like big trucks, and a lot of these characters that are in the sand or whatnot are very off-road characters. Like the Jawa is around sand, so he was an off-road character. The Tuscan Raider, off-road character, found in the sand. So I think they did a nice job with this one. The cab kind of looks like the face of the Tuscan Raider there. The back with like the kind of cloth that makes up his robes there, and then his gaffy stick kind of wrapping around, making up the exhaust system. So very cool character car. Like I said, I love how they translate into these cars from the characters. Like they take the characters and they really do translate so well into the vehicle form. Next up, we have the Chewbacca Star Wars character car. So same blue card, classic blue card back. There's the front. There's the back, and you have the Luke, the Vader, the R2, and the Yoda on the back there. But let's get Chewbacca out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look at him. So there's the Chewbacca character car. As you can see, like I said, with some of these bigger stature characters like Chewbacca, like Zeb, like the Dark Trooper, I think there's a couple other ones. Jabba. They're all larger vehicles. Specifically, Zeb and the Dark Trooper, they're made to look like bigger, like transport trucks, as Chewbacca is here. He's made to look like more of an off-road transport truck, and I really like the little details on him. So you got the fur and stuff for the head, the bandolier there, on the one side, or actually on both sides of the trimming the doors there. On the back, there's a Millennium Falcon on the cargo bed there, which is nice, and the bandolier stretches down the back of the truck bed there. But because he is a bigger character, he is a higher kind of transport truck, off-road as well, so that's very cool. But very nice design for the Chewbacca truck here. I do like that. Next up, we have the Luke Skywalker character car in the X-Wing style, because I do have the Luke Skywalker from The Mandalorian, who's in all black, but this is the X-Wing one, so this is based off of his X-Wing outfit look. Again, classic blue card with the nice image of the character on the front there. The back, you got some more character cards. So you got R2, you got Vader, Yoda, and Chewbacca there. So let's get the Luke Skywalker character car open and we'll take a closer look at it. So there's the Luke Skywalker character car, and it really does look like his outfit. So you got the orange from his jumpsuit, you got the kind of white and the rebel insignia there from his helmet. The rear fenders are shaped like the back or the sides of his X-Wing helmet there. On the hood, you got the white from that white kind of vest piece that hangs over his jumpsuit there. And then, of course, the windshield is yellow like the visor from his helmet. But I like that they made him into a sports car for this one. It looks really, really awesome. I would drive this sports car in real life if they ever made this into a real sports car. But that's a sleek looking car. I like that design of this one for sure. Classic. Next up, we have Darth Vader here, and another classic character car. This one got made into different variants, like a larger remote control one. But this one, again, on the classic original blue card back there. So you got Vader on the front. On the back, you got other character cards, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, Yoda, and Chewbacca there. But let's open up Darth Vader, and we'll take a quick look at him. And there's the Darth Vader character car there. And again, he's got, similar to Kylo Ren, and just like the Luke Skywalker character car, he does have lightsabers on the side there, which is very, very cool. He's got the red around the wheels around the rim, and then it's basically Darth Vader's helmet flattened down. So you got the front, his breathing apparatus, or his breathing part of his mask at the front for the grill. You got the chest plate on the hood, and then the visor, like the visor of his helmet, is the seating area with the windshield. So very, very cool, classic look for this one. And I believe they have a real life version of the Darth Vader car here. I think it's been at some cons as well, so I would love to see that in person. But another classic Star Wars Hot Wheels character car. And then last but not least, we have the 501st Clone Trooper Star Wars character car from Hot Wheels. So again, classic blue, original blue card back there. On the back, you have some other characters. You got R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Tuscan Raider, and Chewbacca. The Tuscan Raider looks a little bit small there. It's not really that small, so it's kind of weird that it's shaped like that. But let's get the Clone Trooper out of the package, and we'll take a closer look at him. So there's the 501st Clone Trooper Hot Wheels character car, and again, you'll see some other troopers that are in the same style. You'll see the Clone Troopers are these kind of SUVs. I have the Captain Rex one, which is pretty much the same as this, just with all the markings. You'll see that in a moment. This one does have the Imperial insignia at the back over the tire cover, and I do like how they did this one. It's very nicely done, and they do have other Clone Troopers. I think they have the Shock Trooper, the red Shock Trooper. That's the same vehicle, just a different color scheme going on there, so I wouldn't mind getting that. This one does have like a pearlescent white paint. I don't know if it comes across on camera that well, but it's a pearlescent white, which is nice. I don't know if the Rex is done in the same fashion, but we'll see that in a moment. But that is all the ones that I had on my card backs. Let's take a look at all the character cards in my collection. Now let's take a look at all of my Star Wars character cards that are in my collection. Alright, so here's my full Star Wars Hot Wheels character card display, as well as the car ships. And then this first one is a replica of the Jeff Gordon Pepsi NASCAR car. So that's what that is there. So as you can see, I got the starting things off with the Jeff Gordon car there, and then moving into the car ships, the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter, the Falcon, Slave One, and then moving into character cars, we got the Battle Droid, Jango Fett, the 501st Trooper, and then Captain Rex. So Captain Rex is a little bit different. He does have those blasters at the side, where the 501st doesn't. Then you got General Grievous, Wrecker, Kanan Jarrus, Zeb. As I mentioned, Zeb, a larger character, so he's a larger vehicle. We got R2-D2, Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, the Jawa, as I mentioned, just like the Tuscan Raider is an off-road vehicle. Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Han Solo. So this is a Han Solo in carbonite, so as I mentioned, it's exactly the same kind of sculpt as the Han Solo from The Force Awakens, except this one's missing the hood scoop and the engine showing. Next to that, you got Jabba, Admiral Akbar, Bo-Katan Kryze from the Mandalorian series, Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Luke Skywalker, the Dark Trooper, which is another bigger character, larger character, so larger truck, and BB-8 to complete this side. And then on the other side, we have the First Order Flame Trooper, First Order Stormtrooper, Kylo Ren, which might be one of my new favorite character cars now, Rey, Han Solo, Dio, and finishing things off with the Sith Trooper. So as I mentioned, the troopers are all kind of these sportier looking cars. As you can see, the Stormtroopers and the Sith Trooper, they're both kind of sportier cars, and even Kylo Ren, just because he's a helmeted character, so they're kind of on the sportier side as well. But those are all the Star Wars Hot Wheels character cars in my collection. Let me know which one or ones were your favorite down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.